Chops, I have one more question.
Yes, sir.
I'm trying to remember what it was.
Yes, sir.
Okay. How about that Hail Mary?
You know, I
just can't help it.
Two things about that. First of all, we kind of thought it was a big deal. You know, it was cool. Aaron Rodgers does it every week.
That's
now,
right. That's right.
So
That's
it's
right.
like,
That's right.
But check this out. We had the 35th anniversary of the Hail Mary, and I did a bunch of interviews about it, right? They were asking you what, you know, da-da-da. And so they did this big piece on it, and I saw some extra film or different shots that I hadn't seen before, and I got a freeze frame. I got it on my phone now. The play was getting run. It's supposed to be like roll right. They were going long, and I was going to throw long. Tight end was supposed to be in pass protection. Well, they were only going to rush 3 guys. I walk over, hey, go long, stay wide, get down there, get as wide as you can. I'm going to try to roll right, drift everybody over, maybe throw back to you, right? So he goes down. I get out there, guys running at me. I throw the Hail Mary. Gerard catches it. We go nuts. We get in the locker room. Pete Casparillo was the tight end. Pete's like, you know, we had a shot. And I said, yeah, like every receiver thinks they were open, right? So this is 35 years later, and I see an angle I hadn't seen before. Pete is all by himself at the 10-yard line on the left side of the field because the guy that made the play for us, the safety was in position, the backside corner drifted across, jumped up, they bump into each other, ball goes through, Gerard catches it. The backside corner left his responsibility, and Pete is all by himself on the back. I could have set up, thrown it to him, he would have walked in the end zone, it would have been boring.
He would have been a hero, right?
Pete, yeah, I saw that. He's like, I'm glad you didn't throw it to me. I would have dropped it.
Chops, hang on one second. Chops, put that microphone down for a second. Put the microphone. Chops Turner won 2 national championships in flag football. Okay, go over there, my man. What right over there?
Hey,
How about a Hail Mary part 2 right over here to Chops? Here we go.
back up.
Go. Hey, all the way down there, Chops. All the way down there. Keep going. Keep going. Keep going. Down the pole. There you go. Go deep. Go deep, Chops. Go deep. You got it. Flutie drops back. He throws. Touchdown, Turner! Yeah! Oh, that's great. Hey, look at this right here. Flutie Flakes.
Yeah.
Hey-oh.
Oh. Pump it up.
You're not going to let air out of the ball, are you?
You can pick up a football right away. This is just a little underinflated. And now the first thing you think is it's a Patriot ball, right? It's like that.
How did you like your ball?
I like it in my receiver's hands as opposed to the defensive back's hands.
How many people can say that they had a cereal named after them?
Wow.
You know,
Yeah,
but what
look
kills
at
me is
that.
a lot of people, oh yeah, you were on the Wheaties box. No, it was Flutie Flakes. But yes, I was on the Wheaties box. But no, you're thinking about the Flutie Flakes. We sold 4.5 million boxes of those and raised almost $2 million for the foundation.
You know, Chops, one of our viewers in Niagara Falls was a big Buffalo Bills fan. She sent this to me. She sent this to me this morning and said, hey, ask Doug about the Flutie Flakes.
She obviously has the red box, which is the original box, which is worth a lot more than the others. Yeah, it's worth about $4 or $5.
I know that Sib Hashian, the great drummer of Boston, we lost him a few years ago. He was a great friend of yours, and that's one of the reasons why you're here today, correct?
Absolutely. He's always supported our foundation. Sibby and I hung out a little bit. We were actually recording an album, and he was helping me learn some drum licks. And he showed up one day at the house with my buddy Mike to come work with me a little bit. And my wife lost it. It's like, that's Sibby. That's Sibby. Where's my 8-track tape? I got an 8-track somewhere. I got to get Sibby to sign it. She still talks about that. But then we've moved down to Florida, and it's in a box somewhere, and we still haven't found it. And she's very heartbroken over that. But Sibby's he was a great friend,
Well, this movie that's being shot, you know, Let There Be Drums, the legacy of Sib Hashian, they're shooting some footage today, and you're going to be in the movie. I know The Rock is in the movie. Very exciting stuff to pay tribute to him.
I mean, we all love Sibby so much, and he was a big part of my growing up. So to be able to become a personal friend to Sibby was a big deal to me, but he just had a big heart. He would show up at our foundation events and help us out. And I think if people, see his story and all that he's been through and all he's done, it'll be very heartwarming. He to the end, he loved playing the drums.
Well, speaking of somebody who likes to play the drums, a lot of people know you as the football player, but you're also a musician and you play the drums too.
I don't know. They told me I play the drums, so I'm going to try tonight. And, Barry Gaudreau's over here. Barry's guitarist, our former guitarist at Boston, and we've played together a number of times. And Barry's compliment to me is, he has a lot of enthusiasm. Yes.
You've been a spokesman for autism, obviously autism in your family. What do you think it is that people don't know that should know about autism?
I think the number of children that have been diagnosed with autism. When we first started our foundation 23 years ago, 1 out of every 2,500 children was diagnosed or on the spectrum. Now it's 1 out of every 66 and 1 out of every 45 or so boys. So it's a wide spectrum. It ranges from very low functioning to high functioning. Dan Marino's son actually went on to graduate from college and be independent. My son is very dependent on us and very low functioning. So I think it's the sheer numbers that people don't really realize. You talk about a pandemic and an epidemic. This is a lot, big numbers.
People should educate themselves.
They really should. And I mean, if you looked at when we started our foundation about 23 years ago, if you read in a textbook what causes autism, it was by neglect and bad parenting was what they thought. And there was really nothing going on. There were a couple of foundations. When we started ours, there was 1 or 2 at the tops. Now, Autism Speaks out there with a lot of money. A lot of people are aware and pushing it. But there have been a lot of steps forward now as far as rights for the kids and actually for schooling and everything else. So we're making strides.
Great. 21 years as a professional football player. Of course, your years at Boston College, Heisman Trophy, 1984, right? And it's the USFL. I had a number of years in the NFL. I think it was about 12. And you had, 8 up there in Canada. You won 3 championships up in Canada.
It's been so much fun. And it was a journey. It definitely was. I had to bounce around a lot. And I had success. I had my moments. And things were great. But I wouldn't change anything for the world, especially my years in Canada. It was so much fun.
Championships.
Oh, yeah. I mean, that was wheeling and dealing. I got to play with my brother for a season up there. And just so many fond memories. And I had these 2 bookend moments, right? Everybody remembers the Hail Mary, but I also had the drop kick at the end of my career, which was cool. That was my very last play ever, and it was a cool way, very cool way to finish off.
Tell me a little bit about Bill Belichick. A lot of Patriots fans around here, people see him as this crusty old coach, kind of cranky and all that. What's he really like?
Bill he's got a really dry wit. And you've got to pay attention because he is funny. It just blows right past you. And he does it with reporters. He does it with his mannerisms with reporters. He does it with his words and the way he talks and the things he says. And I mean, Bill loved going to Bon Jovi concerts. We went to a Bruce Springsteen concert together. We're sitting up in a box, and Bill, it was during the season. So he's busy, but he wanted to take that out. He was at Gillette. And he's like, why is he playing these songs? Get to the good stuff. What are you doing, Bruce? Come on. It's like right away. So Bill's funny. Bill's great. And I love him for giving me the opportunity to play one more year with New England and getting that drop kick.
Bill Belichick rocks it out. Is that what you're telling us?
Oh, he loves it. Back in the day, he was a closet drummer. As far as I know, he got a drum set. Tico Torres from Bon Jovi sent him. I don't know if Bill asked for it or if Tico just sent it. But Tico sent him a drum kit, and I don't know. I don't know if he ever started playing or not, but I think he did.
This is going to be an amazing film, and we're so thrilled that he's going to be playing here tonight and that all these people have come out, and we're all starving for entertainment. Who's hungry for entertainment? Woo! So we got some great talent in this house, and I'm thrilled to be a part of it.
The pandemic is winding down. Everybody's excited to get out, excited to have a good time, and the people of the South Coast around New Bedford and so forth, they are thrilled to have you down here today, Doug.
We're ready to be playing fun, and Barry Gaudreau from the band, the former member of the band, is here with us and playing, and James Montgomery jumping in, so we're going to have a fun time tonight.
I was looking, you're about 5'10", 180 pounds, so then guys like me always looked up to you like, hey, look at that guy, the guy's the same size as me, and he's played in the NFL. I can't believe it.
Yeah, there are, I wish I were coming out now, where they run these spread offenses. We were under center. And I'm 5'10". It looked like this. Right? It looked like a wall. So now they spread them out. The kids can run around and they like it. They like, yeah, go be an athlete. It's like, yeah, where were you 20 years ago? But yeah.
It was exciting.
Well, you have to be able to win from the pocket first. And then that stuff is a bonus. And a lot of the kids that come out think, oh, I can just be an athlete and run around. Nobody, the only guy that ever got away with that was Michael Vick. He was ridiculous, but you got to learn the game from the pocket, learn the protections, learn all that, and be able to read. Then when you become an athlete, it's just a bonus. And that's kind of the way I played the game. And I just wish because the offenses they run now are what we were basically doing up in Canada.
Hey, we really appreciate you taking a few minutes out. We're all looking forward to the Flutie Brothers band out there. So thank you very much for throwing the Hail Mary to Chop Sterner. Yeah, play the drums. All right, nice talking to you. All right. Doug Flutie, ladies and gentlemen, that was great.